Welcome back. You're doing a great job on this course. You're progressing rapidly, and we've got more great tools for you. So the next thing we're going to talk about is value systems. These are really the driving forces. These are the powerful whys people have for doing things. And if you don't understand somebody's values, you won't understand why they're motivated. If you can take on their motivations, you can become equally motivated. You can also learn how to massively motivate yourself. These are great motivational strategies to use internally or to model externally and layer on top of your current mental programming to give you even more motivation. Quick shameless plug, I've got an entire course on motivation, motivating both ourselves and others. You'll absolutely love it, so check that out. Now, today we're going to look at two different kinds of values, moving towards values and moving away from values. Let me break these down for you. Now, people are always driven by two primary forces, pain and pleasure. They move away from pain, moving away from. They move towards pleasure. So pleasurable things are things like moving toward values of freedom, money, recognition, possessions, ego, success. Having control always feels good. Position or authority. Moving away from values, things you want to get away from, you're motivated to move away from, they drive you in a certain direction. Punishment, loss, certainly loss of money, but it can be loss of many things. Pain of guilt or regret. Bruised ego, failure, fear. Shyness can be a very powerful one. So, if you're trying to move in a certain direction, here's what you want to do. You want to use moving towards values to draw you in the direction you want to go, and moving away from values to keep you, to push you from going in the opposite direction that you don't want to go to. So think about it like moving a cart. What's the best way to get a cart moving really fast? Well, you could have a moving towards strategy, which is what's called a pull strategy in neurolinguistic programming. Moving towards something, pulling the cart towards you. That's one way to get a cart moving forward. But you can also use a moving away from or a push strategy by pushing on the back of the cart. So you have the pleasure of something moving you forward and also the pain of something driving you forward. You want to use both. I know in parenting classes, people always ask me, with the kids, what do you use? The carrot, the stick? You know what the correct answer is? Both. They're both very motivating. The carrot is a pull strategy. The stick is a push strategy. You should absolutely, positively use both. It makes it faster, simpler, and easier. So let me give you an example of this. You have a moving towards strategy and you want to lose weight. The moving towards strategy is keep in your mind how great you'll look, how healthy you'll look, how smart you'll feel for getting this healthy, how successful you'll feel because other people weren't able to do this, but you did it. You're one of the great few. It's something like 90 to 95% of people who try to lose weight fail. Why? In large part because they don't have this strategy you're learning right now. You can feel like you have massive control over your life. Why? Because you are able to control one of the hardest things to control. And now you will have health for life. You'll look great. You'll feel great. You'll know that you are intelligent. You're in control and you feel powerful. Great. Lock that in. Now to make sure you don't backslide. Anytime you think about backsliding, think about, geez, it took me, 3 days to lose a pound. If I eat this piece of cake and I have this donut and, whatever, it's going to cause me like 2 pounds. And now it's going to take me an entire week, not to get ahead, just to get back to where I was and say, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Weigh that in when you're saying, this donut would be delicious. Is it going to be 6 days worth of work delicious? Because I guarantee you that donut will be gone in under 3 minutes. Do you want to work for 6 days or eliminate the pleasure of 3 minutes? Okay? There's a lot of pain for me in working for 6 days and feeling like a failure. Okay, see in the moving away from, we got failure. Do you want to feel like a failure or do you want to feel like a success? Weigh that out with the donut. Um, it's an ego thing. Are you going to, you're this big, powerful woman or rugged man, are you physically going to get your ass kicked by a donut? I mean, that's what we're talking about. Or you like to think of yourself as intelligent. Are you truly intelligent? If an inanimate object can outsmart you, you got to be dumber than a donut. Literally. So these are the moving towards and moving away strategies you can use with lots of examples.